Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thursday. We're going to sit here and talk about all the wonderful things that happen in our favorite soap operas today. How is everybody doing?
Good, ma'am. Good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing.
Oh, let me turn this
So
music.
Bubbles, did you know you came in? You was live. You came in coughing. I was like, oh no,
Well, I was in the
what you
room,
got
but
going on?
we weren't live yet because I hadn't clicked
Oh, good, good.
yeah. But look, I was sitting here during the whole time, like, Lord, why would I have a coughing fit now?
Right. As soon as you came on, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
I know that's usually my stick.
Damn it! But I'm okay.
So girls, listen. I'm off tomorrow.
Ooh.
Ooh. And I gotta go to the office tomorrow. Ugh.
Ooh, I'm so
That's why
sorry.
I quit my job, because I ain't going to nobody's house.
Yes. They keep trying to test me on that. So right now I'm clear. I don't have to worry about it until next year sometime. You know how they keep leaving something hanging over your neck. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hybrid was as good as we was gonna get. So it was either that or come back to the office full time. So everybody's like, okay, you know what? We gonna work with you here.
yeah, you
Unfortunately.
goddamn right. Because I have to go in once a month. I've only done it one time, but hey.
But
I mean, what they gonna
today,
do? I mean, what are they gonna do?
exactly. That's
If I don't
that's
show up to work in the office, but I show up to work at home. I mean, they can complain, but what the fuck?
ain't that the truth.
I'm going to try that theory right now, because when they go, are you coming back? I'm going to go, no, I've decided I don't want to commute. So I'm going to remain at home and work. And when they say, well, you can't do that, I'm going to go, okay, well, I'll bring you this computer to your house. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
right.
today actually was, well, first of all, I was happy with both Days and YNR because we got what I always want for soaps, especially towards the end of the week, which is movement.
Well, I know I was happy with Days. I don't even remember why in the art today. And I know I had, because I didn't watch it. I had to go and get my dog from the groomer. That's why I missed it, because they told me to come get my dog. So I don't even know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can probably do Days first because I think everybody's seen it, and I know with the Urkel blow up going thermonuclear that everybody got something to say.
I was disappointed in they little fight, because it didn't give me as much emotional. Like, I wanted both of them to be yelling and crying at the same time and snot all over their faces. But Nicole gave as good as she got. She was like, hold on, listen. Yeah, I didn't want her to have that damn baby, but what the fuck you want me to do? Sit here? I mean, like, you didn't even tell me nothing. You didn't tell me she was pregnant. I had to find that out. You ain't tell me she was keeping the baby and y'all was going to co-parent. I had to find that out. Like, you sell minis, but when the fuck was you going to invite me to the party, sir? I
Right.
was like, okay,
Which
girl,
was legit.
you got some good points. That is legitimate. That's very
Yes.
valid. If he's telling you that you mattered and your voice was mattered and you had a place and he never talked to you about nothing, you're right, girl. You're right.
And then when she do make a place, he tell her that it wasn't her damn business.
Right.
You can't have it both ways.
It's,
Right.
So listen,
exactly.
I have to say that Eric Cole's argument today gave me fucking everything. I loved
Mm-hmm.
it. I was impressed. I was shocked. I was floored. Nicole fought back, and she fought back in a valid way. She
Yeah.
basically was like, "Listen, yeah, I feel where you coming from. You insinuating that I basically threatened her, bullied her into having an abortion, but that wasn't it. I was honest with her though." And she was
Mm-hmm.
honest. She let her know what a single motherhood would look like, especially with Eric, while Eric was with said Nicole. So we can be mad at Nicole for going to Jada and giving her 2 cents. But what Nicole did was actually give Jada facts to consider. Facts to consider.
Mm-hmm.
And Jada
Oh,
considered those facts. She's not blaming Nicole. She actually seems grateful that
oh,
Nicole showed her the flip side.
Oh,
Yeah.
before we get too far deep in, are we doing an hour tonight, Bubbles? Or are we
Um,
That's what
doing
I
our normal two?
saw in the chat. I was wondering about that.
well, I was asking you guys if that's what we were doing because um it's Thursday.
It's Thursday. We
Yeah.
usually do 2 hours on Thursday.
Yeah, let's go. What we
I mean,
doing?
we can do
Yeah.
two.
Why are we
Yeah,
changing it?
we'll
Yeah,
do.
because we got a lot packed in
I
days.
mean,
Hmm.
I know in the new year that and towards the end of the year we're supposed to be shifting. Yeah, we can do two today
Yeah.
Hmm.
if you guys are up for it.
I'm up for it. I'm up, hunty. And I ain't got to go to work tomorrow.
Okay.
Listen, I'll be excited for my drinks at night because I get up and I watch my days at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning and I have to sit on it.
How about I like to had a heart attack this morning when my TV said, "I'm sorry, but you're not connected to the internet."
Oh no.
I saw
Yes.
it. I saw that tweet from you, and I was like, "Oh Lord, Bubbles just started watching Days, and it
I
is
sent you
peak
some
time already."
support. I sent you some support over there.
I saw that, but I was like, "Oh, wait a minute." Right when that girl put her hand
But
out and said, "Hello, Chanel Dupree, I'm your worst nightmare," and then it went, "Sorry, girl, you ain't watching no more today." And I was like, "Oh no, wait a minute, what just happened?" None of the TVs worked. I was like, "Jesus, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm
Well,
not gonna make
yes.
it."
Yes, that was something I'm glad that
we
they
were promised a
got
feast
into
today.
today. Yeah, I'm glad we got into they did open up that Chanel storyline. So we're going to be getting into that, but if we're going to get right into today, yes, Eric Cole
Mhm.
was the main dish and they were
They
serving it.
were.
Well, I do
Oh,
want to
also,
point out though, I do want to point out a couple of things. Yes, Eric Nicole was right because I believe I tweeted about that when Eric was, he told his mother he had Kate in the mix. They had Thanksgiving dinner with
Yep.
Roman. Then he had to stop and tell Marlena. And I was like, he's going all around with the news with everybody, and he hadn't even talked to Nicole yet.
Yep.
I still do say that Nicole was wrong for
oh yes,
confronting Jada like she did because it wasn't her business, but
Right.
it was some good soap angst. Now, Jada, but with that being said, I also feel like Jada is a grown ass woman. Since when you start taking orders or anything from Nicole, you know what I'm saying? So
but
we're
see,
not
but
gonna
that's
place
the thing. Jada was really clear that she didn't blame Nicole, though.
Correct.
exactly.
She
No,
owned
I'm
her own
talking about from
choice.
Eric's point of view, not from
Oh,
Jada.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so from Eric's point of view, he has no right or no audacity to even hold Nicole responsible for this. They both responsible for this. But what I will say is I was surprised that I was kind of because I know he's been fighting for this super sub couple status for them for a long time. I didn't think he would ever get it because he left the show before because he wasn't happy with it. He feels like those two have built up enough to be in that category. And I do agree. I feel like it is time because they have the perfect love story, whether
oh
people
my
like it
God.
or not. I mean, it's, when you got the preacher saving this woman from a life of prostitution and everything that her daddy was putting her through, it's kind of poetic. Well, that's what we got. I mean, and Days know how to write for it too. I mean, that's what I love about it. They Bubbles brought up a good point last night because I forgot about John being in ministry. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the way they write it. They do a great job at selling this story, right? So they gave it to us. I'm like, they brought it.
Hmm.
So it looked like we might be getting Eric Cole on a super couple status. I'm like, man, it's good to see those two talking about it like adults rather
Right.
than them the way they normally write those two. And then because they've been so toxic, right? We get them
Hmm.
together and then they throw other people in their relationship. And I'm like, you know what? These two have been. We've been looking at this for so long. We don't want this. We don't want the same thing for these two. Let's get some different kind of angst for these two. So I really enjoyed today's episode. I really enjoyed that today. Surprisingly, I did. I did.
I have to say, I enjoyed the dialogue between Eric and Nicole so much that I feel like I know Eric and Nicole better as individual people after that conversation, and I
Right.
understand the dynamic of the couple better after that
Right.
conversation. That
Right.
dialogue was so layered. I mean, they hit all the beats. They hit the
They
beats of,
did.
well, listen, this is what's
Mhm.
happening. We had just got back together. But
Yep.
look, you always say I disappoint you. You look, you was waiting to throw Xander in my face. Look, you was
Yep.
waiting to throw EJ in my face. This was a lot of shit. She was like, look, you always seem to find a way to be disappointed in me. I'm never
Yep.
gonna be good enough for you. This was so fucking much shit. I mean, I'm just like, wow. I think I go into this thinking Eric is about to drag Nicole. She deserves it, but I can't stand him and I'm gonna hate it. I did not. I walked away from that conversation absolutely feeling both perspectives and having respect
And
for both, and literally having respect for both. I'm not gonna walk away and say, "Yep, Nicole's still trash." I'm not, because I respect both point of views, and that dialogue was mature. It was adult, and the subject matter of an abortion that just happened between three people. It is so goddamn riveting. It gave me everything I needed.
that's part of what Days is very good at. Days is like this. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it in the name of romance. Anyone can have a romance on Days. But also when it comes down to fights, confrontations, and accountability for your bullshit, anybody can catch it. There are almost no, the only sacred cow that Days of Our Lives ever had was Alice Horton. That's literally the only person I can say in my entire time of watching Days from being a child to now. She's the only person I ain't seen get dragged across the coals for her bullshit choices. And that's because Alice was an old ass lady. But everybody else, when it hits the fan, it all comes out, and it is almost never a case where somebody is just getting ruthlessly drug across the coals while the other person keeps the moral high ground. Because today with Eric and Nicole, aside from the issue of what happened with Jada, because no matter what Eric thinks, it was Jada's choice. She chose what was best for her. And one, I will go ahead and say, mad props to Days for doing a pro-choice abortion story, because the dialogue between her and Kate makes it very obvious. No, this is not a feint. This is
Correct.
not
This is
a
an actual
manipulation.
abortion.
She chose to terminate her pregnancy.
Yeah, and she made it clear at the end of the show today. She made that the choice, and she know it was best for her, but she still it's still not easy for her. That's what said it for me that okay, she really had an abortion. So I don't think she's
Exactly.
faking.
Right. And she made, and also it was a very nice send up of them making it clear that it wasn't that she does not want children, period, in her life. She just knows this scenario in this situation is not it.
Right.
And so she made the better choice for herself. And I respect that. So what was really interesting, aside from that part of it, especially considering how things are in this country right now, at least now we know that Salem is in a state where they actually have good health care. Bravo. Is that
Well, because it's fictional.
exactly. Look, it was like during House of the Dragon when Rhaenyra got that moon tea. People was like, "You trying to tell me people in Westeros got Plan B, but people, but we got issues here in contemporary America." Same thing. Fiction.
Yep.
The fictional world is their healthcare is built so much better than ours.
Yep.
So when it comes down to it, with Eric and Nicole, they have issues, long-standing issues that don't have nothing to do with Miss Jada
That's
and
right.
this pregnancy. And part of that got pulled into the conversation because here's the thing. Couples, when you know somebody is the one for you, you are hoping like hell that you're both working towards the same goals. And Nicole's infertility, Eric would never throw that in her face, okay? Never. He would never throw that in her face because that is a old issue. Her inability to have a child has long been established on the canvas for years and years and years. He's known that, she's known that. When they were together, when they were apart, that issue, for as far as they were concerned, had been worked through. They both accepted it. But then you have today where they have this terrible conversation that had to be had in the aftermath of Jada's decision to terminate her pregnancy, that brings to light the fact that, you know what, it may not be settled business. Nicole may not be okay with committing to a life with Eric and knowing she can't give him a child, but also knowing that he still does want one of his own. Eric even said it himself. I did not plan for this, but that does not mean I did not want this.
Right. He did, exactly. That is what he said. It wasn't intended,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean he wasn't happy about it.
Right.
But see, you know what? This is what I don't get.
Mhm.
Eric is a former priest.
Mhm.
And not one time has he said all babies are a gift or a blessing to Nicole, to Jada, to anybody. I feel like that's a little out of character for the character. I know that it's a pro-choice story. I get that. But him being the father and a former priest, I just felt like we would also be getting a little bit of the opposite side in the story. It seems like this is completely, everybody is okay, good with the pro-choice, but there's no one on canvas saying, wow, I don't think that's fucking cool. And that's kind of not realistic, right?
Not in well, I guess it kind of depends on the context of who's involved in the story. Nicole being pro-choice is not a surprise. Okay, she, given her history and everything that she's gone through in her life, if she wasn't pro-choice, I would be very surprised. Eric, I'm not so sure, because keep in mind, he had been a priest twice and he had been put out twice. So
Child, he should have never even tried to go back in the first place. Why you get married and then try to still be a priest at that? Like they not star-crossed. They stupid.
I think that was all because that the actor left. I think because remember when Greg Vaughn left last time, Eric and Nicole had just got married.
Yeah.
They had literally just got married. So him leaving go to Africa right after they got married was just basically plot driven because he had to.
Yes, it was.
But Eric and Nicole, since I've been watching, have been a train wreck. And all I can say is I need them to keep being like this because it's entertaining as hell.
They will. It's been decades.
If I can get their misery like this.
They look, Nicole and Eric, they've been a train wreck at least since, oh goodness, what, 98? No, not 98.
Child, it feels like they've been a train wreck for 84 years.
Yeah, they've been a train wreck since the early 2000s. So yeah, this is pretty much on par. So yeah, they
didn't break up today. They actually didn't break up. I mean,
they're at an impasse.
I was surprised, because that's what I expected. I expected him to like storm out on her or something, but she held her own, and they talked about it like reasonable adults in a relationship.
Yep.
I agree. Kudos, because that was unexpected. We used to people breaking up over little shit, like
right, and it's one-sided, but this was like not one-sided.
Right.
This was not one-sided. I mean, I was literally looking over there. I was like, well, goddamn, Nicole is handing him his ass right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was like they went back and forth and they really gave. I have to say, that was the best argument between a couple I've seen on TV in a while.
It's because it was so fair. That's one of the reasons it was so good. It was such a fair argument, and I really, really, really like that because Nicole coming flat out and saying, Eric, why are you talking to me like I was supposed to be a part of this great big project of you having this child. And if you hadn't run into me in Horton Square, would you go? When was you gonna tell me anything?
Mm-hmm. And the way he came in, like it wasn't none of her damn business. It is her business if she's gonna be the baby stepmom. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
But this
anywho,
is, but yes, but this is all a classic case of you should have sat there and ate your food
yeah,
because
but you know what
unfortunately,
though? Yeah, but you know what though? I literally see Nicole's perspective. I do. I'm not even, and I'm one of those people that dragged her hard all week long. But I'm after today's conversation, I'm not dragging as hard. I mean, the woman basically, she went to Nicole, she went to Jada because Eric wasn't telling her shit. All she could see was it looked like they was getting back together. So she wanted to go to the source and find out. When she got to the source, and the source said, no, we ain't together, but we is gonna have this baby together. Nicole said, well, you know, that's gonna be hard. I ain't going nowhere. You know, and Jada
mm.
took that to heart. Nicole would cross the line, but I'm not dragging her as hard as I was because part of that is Eric's fault because
Yes,
Eric should have been by her side. They should have been together making these decisions.
it's because their relationship, even this late in the story, is still rife with all kind of insecurity. Eric and Nicole harken me back to a conversation that Sonny and Carly on GH had when Tamara Braun was still in the role before she left and became Ava Vitale on Date.
What he said? What she said? What they said?
Well, who said?
Um, Darling was saying it reminds her something Carly said before she went to Days. What did Carly say?
Well, I don't know because she went on mute.
Okay. All right. So we'll have to hear it when she comes
Wait,
back.
oh, y'all couldn't hear me? Hello?
Yeah,
She
you had
went
me
on
muted.
mute.
Oh, girl, okay. I kept saying, why is Sam saying what I'm saying? I'm saying it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, we both said
Okay.
it like, no, she gone.
Okay.
Just keep on.
Okay, so that must have been me when I threw my notebook and it landed on top of my phone. So one of the things that she said when her and Sonny's relationship was imploding for the 80th millionth time, not to be confused with the 50th millionth time, was that the problem with their whole relationship is that it's built on the principle that I'm the one there's gonna be a mess up and it's always gonna be me. That's how Nicole felt today. That this is just another thing where I'm the person with the problem. I'm the one who's causing the issue. I'm the one bringing the drama and making it impossible for us to make this work because it's always me. I'm
Right. And
always
she
the F up in this.
specifically said, just now, this is just one more way for me to disappoint you. Nicole was feeling like she is alone in the relationship. She feeling like that Eric says that he's with her, but she feel alone. And that's why she had to go and make battle with Jada. You know, Eric, I'm not riding Nicole all that, but you know, I'm just not gonna give her all that hell because Eric got to share some responsibility.
Oh no, there's mess to go. There's plenty blame to go around on both sides of the equations. Now,
Yeah.
yes,
Firstly,
I
because
don't.
Eric should have never cheated on Jada with Nicole to begin with. So
No,
there,
he shouldn't
that's
have.
that.
Exactly. And then on top of that, there was the whole because that's the thing. Eric, and I understand Eric's perspective too. Eric is like one of those people who, he resigned himself to the fact that he could not have a child of his own especially after everything that happened with Mackenzie, where they realized that that baby wasn't their baby. So he basically is like, I got to make peace with the fact that I can't have a child and that I won't have a child of my own. Not if I, choose to be with the woman who I feel is my optimum match, which is Nicole. Okay, but the problem is that that's what he says on the surface, and I don't think he doesn't mean it because he'd never try to hold Nicole's feet over the coals because she can't give him a biological child. He understands that. But the thing is, when Jada said, but when those magic words came out of Sarah's mouth, that Jada was pregnant and he knew that the child was his emotions just completely took over, and he just let himself be as honest as he could be. He was over the moon happy about it and prayed that she would decide she wanted that child. that's how he acted. He was acting from a place of priority where my priority is this pregnancy and seeing if Jada is willing to have this child with me, because that's what I want desperately. And Nicole, not for nothing, Nicole got put to the side. That is what
She
happened.
did.
That's
That's what happened.
exactly what happened. She was
Mhm.
not wrong about that. So yeah, I drag Nicole for her part in this, but I'm gonna drag Eric's ass too, because he did put her to the side. He did, because and it's part of why Nicole is so insecure, because she knows deep down inside that Eric does want a child, and it is the thing that she cannot give him.
Right. So I understand her perspective, but now she's gonna be, that you saw the spoiler. She's gonna be getting drunk with EJ.
Hmm.
Yes. So that's going to be really interesting because, like we said today, Eric did not dump her. Eric just said basically that he just needed time to get over her. Uh, Basically, convincing Jada to have an abortion, and also just to get over just the loss of his child.
Yeah,
So
he
he's
like, I'm
not
leaving you on red for right now, girl. I can't even.
right. Right. He's
That's
not even
basically
trying
what
to
he
dump her.
said.
He just literally needs to mourn. Now, if Nicole isn't mature enough to know, okay, a lot has happened in the past fucking day or two, really. A lot has happened in the past day or two. Eric broke up with Nicole, Eric broke up with Jada, made up with me, found out Jada was pregnant. Um, Jada had an abortion, and we had in a fight. So a lot of shit happened. Now, if Nicole can't sit her behind down to the side and just chill. If she runs and gets drunk and end up in bed with EJ, I'm gonna be dragging her for that.
She will, because that's unfortunately, Nicole is a lot like old school Carly from GH. She's self-destructive. That is a part and parcel of her personality.
That's part of
That
it.
when her life starts to fall apart at the seams, her instinct is to take a piece of dynamite and jam it in the crack and just blow it all to hell, which usually is her sleeping with the wrong person, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, that's certainly gonna happen. Now, if we'll go and move now to what else happened on days besides Eric and Jada. Oh, the
I
Kate
was
and Jada's conversation.
Yes, I love that. I really was here for Kate and Jada, because I was so happy somebody was with Jada after she made her choice, and
Mm-hmm.
that she wasn't just sitting in that room by herself struggling with her decision and reconciling herself with it. So I was really
Exactly.
here for that.
And Kate not only showed up for Jada, the actress showed her ass too. Um,
Hmm.
I was very much enthralled with just her demeanor. To me it seemed like a very seasoned actress, just knowing that sometimes nothing is a damn enough. I don't know. I was just so impressed by Kate's performance today, the actress that plays Kate, because she allowed for just the emotion just to give and make way. I don't know. I was just impressed by the everything Eric, Nicole, Jada, and Kate today. The conversation between Kate and Jada, Kate bringing over tea because hun, you're gonna get morning sickness whether you're a bit bag detective or not. So just go ahead and take it. To finding out, oh, okay, no baby. Okay, so are you okay? I know, you know, I hope you can think of me as a friend because I like you, Jada. So I felt that was touching. Now somebody needs to help me out.
Hmm.
Kate is with Roman. Is Roman Eric's father?
No, oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Roman is Eric's father, but yeah, Marlena is his biological mother.
Okay. All right. Thought so, because that's Sammy's twin. Okay.
Mhm.
Just was understanding why Kate was there, and Kate's there as Roman's wife, looking
Mhm.
after Roman's boy in Roman's grandbaby on the way. That is another thing that kind of touched me today with the episode. The news making its rounds is going to be touching. I felt touched for Kate and Roman today, even though I didn't see Roman. Kate was there to look after Roman's grandbaby. Now, Roman
Mhm.
doesn't have a grandbaby. Roman doesn't have a grandbaby on the way anymore. Kate doesn't have a grandbaby on the way that she can coo with Roman. Eric doesn't have a baby on the way. Brandy and Rachel don't have that little cousin looking forward to. So I'm looking forward to more of the family getting the news that Jada had an abortion.
Yes, they're gonna, and their first instinct is gonna be they're gonna be very disappointed for Eric because they know what a lifetime issue this has been for him, especially after what happened with with the whole baby switch and everything. So they know he's going, and and that's the thing. This whole spoiler about Eric ending up in jail, I think he must go get drunk and go on a bender or something.
Okay, because I was wondering how Eric was going to end up in jail, and we did figure that Paulina was going to end up in jail because of his stuff with Chanel and Sloan.
Oh yeah, we got to get to that next after we finish up with Kate and Jada because
yes, I love me some Sloan.
I love Sloan. Paulina gave me my laughs today talking about Law and Order Salem.
Paulina gives no fucks about justice. Paulina,
she don't care about the law.
Go ahead and fire Melinda Trask. I want you to do that for me and my baby.
Girl, she said nothing to Law and Order Salem. I don't know. I don't care what you got to do. But send her somewhere because I can't have this no more. I laughed. That was so cute.
Paulina said, "I am the law."
She is everything. I love her. She looked fabulous in that damn green today. I love Paulina Price, and I love when she calls Abe Abraham. I love it.
Abraham.
I do. I absolutely love it when she calls him Abraham. And I love Abraham. Abraham has a woman now that he knows is batshit crazy and adorable, and he knows she's a handful, and he know he got to be on his P's and Q's all the damn time. And I love that for Abe.
I do, because she was like, just find Melinda Trask. And he's like, okay, we can't really do that. That's a bad look, a real bad look. And I might end up with my ass in a sling individually if we did in fact do this. So no, we can't do this.
We just can't do it. Is he so the way he treats her with kid gloves? There is no couple more adorable on days than Paulina and Abe.
They're cute. And I especially like the fact that he was like, I will do everything that I can to help Chanel through this. But what we not going to do is break the law. Because, and the thing is, and we got a great contrast to that, because here you have Paulina looking, because the fact of the matter is, part of why Chanel is in the trouble she's in is because of how it was handled before.
Right.
And
exactly.
But the thing is, you have people like Trask and people like Bell. They are using the system to their advantage. Is what Trask doing okay? No, it is not. But she's doing it within the confines of the raggedy ass justice system that they have in Salem.
And she Bell is operating within the law. So
right.
They
Bell
can be
had her own game.
That's her job, is to convict. And Trask don't care if you're guilty or innocent. If there's evidence, she is going to try to convict you.
Right, especially doubly so when she don't like your ass to begin with, as she does not like them. But Belle beat her at her own game. Trask was using the law, so Belle turned around and used the same law to get Chanel out on bail.
I love this rivalry. Now, at the moment, Trask has the upper hand because Belle beat Melinda at the game and got Chanel her bail, and Chanel is out. But now Trask turned around and put Paulina in jail. Now I wonder if Belle is going to represent her too.
Maybe. I laughed so hard when that happened at the end when they said, "Well, no, not so fast." I literally have had to post a meme of Oren Ishii from Kill Bill, basically looking like, you didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you? That y'all all was going home. Nah, one going in and another one coming out.
That's right, Melinda Trask, Cutty. I stand bad bitches like Trask. I do. I can't help it. She is about her business, and she is undeterred. I like her determination. I
They
absolutely love it.
they are literally characters that are in the mind frame of I don't keep licks from nobody. If you hit me, you're getting this hit back some way, somehow, but I'm not keeping the lick for nothing.
Then
And
she
you
come
and your
back
mama can
real
get it.
quick. She came back real quick on bail too. Like, okay, you got her out of jail, but guess the fuck what? It's more than one crime associated with this. So I went on ahead and talked to the judge, and well, go on and get the soon to be governor and throw her ass on up in the pokey, because that's what we doing today.
She probably was looking at getting Paulina. Well, as soon as the news hit, she probably was working on a case on Paulina.
I hollered.
Exactly. She was like, She said, yeah, So don't get so happy. You
Listen,
sound little
guys,
gloaty.
I do believe because this storyline that we're into with Chanel and the professor's wife that she killed, Sloane's mom. I do believe because they keep using these buzzwords for the Me Too, like he had all the power dynamics and all. I believe that they're going to probably open this up to a case where this professor is going to have a whole lot of girls that he had affairs with when he was a teacher there. Wouldn't that be something if we get a fucking Me Too story on Days after the abortion story?
Well, Days is not afraid of controversy, and I like talking about it, not these days apparently. So they may very well take that, and that may be one of the only things that they can really do to try to mitigate this, because the problem is that 2/3 of the people involved in this case are dead. So the only thing they have is what Chanel is saying and the actual record. So really, when it comes right down to the circumstances of Chanel's relationship with Sloane's father, really the best thing that they could be doing is looking to find out if this was a regular thing for him, screwing around with co-eds, and if Chanel was just the flavor of the semester.
Correct. And the wife was well aware that the father was a hoe and a cheat, and she made regular visits to hoes to ward them off of her man. It was something that she did regularly. Just because, you know why? Because the whole storyline with what Chanel did, the reason why it has to be bigger than what it is because, like you're saying, the people are dead. The woman that Chanel killed is dead, never stepped foot on screen. We have no attachment to this person. The husband that Chanel was sleeping with, dead, never been on screen. We have no attachment to that person. And we have Sloane. That's it. So we have a daughter that's mad because Chanel off screen, you feel me, was sleeping with people that never was on screen. So I mean, for us really to give a damn fuck, it has to tie into a current event, because I could care less at this point about Sloane's dead mama and Sloane's dead daddy.
Well, and that's the thing. And I like that Sloane was really real about two very important things. She said, I'm here for retribution and revenge. Okay. She said at point blank, yeah, I want to get even, but also, I don't mind, getting my pockets a little bit fat off of this shit either. Cause you know what? I feel like I'm owed some shit anyway. So, and this also played into, I really did like the fact that they held tight to the idea that anybody can catch the fire. Because here's the thing. The one person I was not here for today was Allie. Okay. Allie loves Chanel. So obviously she's going to be on her side and she is going to defend her. Of course, that's what she's going to do. But the fact of the matter is that conversation that happened between Chanel and Sloane needed to happen. Because at the end of the day, even though I don't feel that what happened to Sloane's mom was Chanel's fault, because Chanel's no murderer. She's no killer. It legit sounds like it was an accident, that it was not intentional for this woman to lose her life over this confrontation she was having with this girl who was screwing her husband. But at the end of the day, I think it was important for Sloane to make it really clear to Chanel that you were grown enough to sleep with a married man Then your mama came in and cleaned up this whole mess around you, and you flounced off like nothing happened. You wasn't worried about collateral damage. You wasn't worried about anything that happened. You got out of this mess. Your mother rescued you because she's your mom and she loves you. She rescued you. But you didn't give a thought to anybody who was affected by the circumstances and by the events that happened. And that was the truth. That was true. Now, that doesn't mean Chanel needs to go to jail or that she's guilty of this woman or she's guilty of murder or anything. But yes, it is important to make people realize there are repercussions for the shit that you did, and that yes, other people can end up collateral damage when you're busy doing you. And that's what happened. That man, yes, I feel that yes, in the circumstance, he took advantage of his position as her professor and had an affair with an undergrad, something that he never should have done. But I also feel like once Chanel got pulled out of the fire by her mother, which apparently is something that Pauline has been doing for Chanel pretty much all her life based on their relationship, that once she got pulled out of the fire, that was it. It was done and it was over and done with. She was no longer in England, and she no longer had to deal with anything related to any mistakes that were made, whether they were hers or anybody else's. So I was here for Sloan telling her that.
This is my thing though. We still have very little details. We have one account, and that was Chanel that one time, I believe. I don't even think she told the story twice about when she got that text message and she met up there at the roof.
Mm-hmm.
The woman attacked Chanel physically.
She did.
And in the struggle, the woman went over the edge.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Chanel,
it was legit an accident.
Exactly. So after a horrific accident where she was attacked and the attacker ended up dead by no fault of Chanel's, she should goddamn walk away and turn her back and try to forget about that part of her life. Now, this is not like Chanel went and committed some crime that she needs to pay for. This, in my opinion, was a crime committed against Chanel that is haunting her. That's the way I see it. Now, Paulina, on the other hand, that's different, because Paulina may have committed a crime to cover up the accident. Okay, because somebody made it appear to be a suicide. I don't know if that was Paulina's doing, then in fact she committed a crime. What I'm saying is I think that Sloan is misdirecting her anger. Her anger should be at her hoe ass daddy and her mama, that instead of divorcing the daddy, went after all his little girlfriends.
Well, girl, I think her whole ass daddy dead now.
He dead
but
too.
That's my point. Her anger is misdirected. Now she wants to be angry. What's she gonna do when she find out her daddy was fucking an intern every semester? She's still gonna be mad at Chanel. She gonna have to
come to grips with that, because that means that her father had a pattern. The problem is that on paper, because here's the thing: when all this bullshit went down, part of this is bad on Paulina, because her instincts to protect her child is what got
pulling up. The Bluetooth is about to kick in. I'm going on mute.
Oh, okay. Part of the problem is that Paulina's attempt to protect Chanel in this situation is like 80% of what went bad with this. Because the truth of the matter is, yes, if all of this had came out when it happened, yes, was there a chance that Chanel could have gotten in trouble? Sure. But had all the facts actually been brought to light at that time with the professor still alive, Chanel most likely would have gotten away from this scot-free, because she's an undergrad. He's screwing around with her or behind his wife's back, and it all ended up in tragedy. But Paulina covering it up, the cover-up's almost worse than the actual crime or the actual incident, I guess is a better way to put it, because now that she's covered it up, all they have to reconstruct the events as of now are the reports and whatever the hell else that Paulina buried on the topic, and the fact that her death is recorded as a suicide, and that it's obvious that that's not what happened. So basically, what's written on paper does not match what actually happened. And Sloan is not here to worry about nothing for Chanel and Paulina, because in her eyes, she viewed, and for her to find out on her father's deathbed that what she had been told about her mother's death was a lie, yes, she's blaming both of them, because in her mind, she just sees them as two people who skated, used money, power, influence, whatever, to make this whole thing go away, to make her mother's death into a suicide so that they wouldn't have to be bothered with any repercussions or issues related to it. So yeah, she's coming at them with both barrels. She was disappointed that Chanel got bail, but she was happy as a cat who ate the cream that Paulina was going her ass into the jailhouse. I saw that much.
Yeah, she was happy. If I can't get you, I'll get the other one.
Exactly.
But I like Sloan. And
so do I.
In my head, I was saying, I hope someday when she finds out her daddy was a whole bag predator and she comes to grips with that she and Chanel can be friends, possibly even date. Anything's possible.
Yes.
On this show, for sure.
This is Days of Our Lives. And they could end up married by the end of next damn year.
And I really do think that that's how it's gonna work out.
Yeah. Somebody was talking about Chanel gonna turn somebody out, or Alec gonna turn somebody. I'm like, I'm here for it. Let's go ahead. Let's go. Let's get somebody discovering that they have feelings for girls.
That relationship. And let's keep in mind, before all of this happened, Chanel and Allie was on some shaky ass footing.
That's right.
Yeah,
so very shaky.
It's so where they pick up, because now Chanel's gonna be upset that her mother's in lockup while she's out on bail and whatnot, and to see how this. And I do agree with you, Sam. I think that is probably the only mitigating circumstance that's gonna try to fix some of this, which is finding out that this was a mode of operation he had, that he had a different co-ed every semester or every year, and that Chanel was just the last in a long line of undergrads that he screwed around with behind his wife's back on the rig.
Remember, even she said she didn't even want to go to the rooftop that night. She didn't even want to go up there that night. It's like he had some kind of control over her, and we all know what it is. He's an older man, mature, with power, and she thought she had bagged him, but no, he bagged her. Exactly. That's what I mean. He was the professor.
Yeah, so of course she felt obligated to go because that's your professor. He controls my grade, and we supposed to be, I guess, in a relationship. He controls my grade. I gotta go.
Exactly. And that's where the whole power dynamic issue comes in. Because yes, it was there and it was a problem.
And that's what I'm hoping, because like we have all discussed, none of us really care about Sloan's mom or Sloan's dad. We do love Sloan. Let me tell you, I do love Sloan Peterson.
I do love her.
I want her to stick around.
I do love Sloan.
Me too. I really do. She's a good addition to the she is a good addition to the canvas. And there's a lot of possibility with her character. And so I really do hope that, well, that's the thing. Soaps need messy people, okay? They need messy people. They need people who will move storylines. And at the end of the day, Sloan is somebody who makes shit happen.
And she does. Making stuff happen. Like, I love her.
Me too.
It's one of the reasons I was so disappointed in Alex's ass.
Ever since she handcuffed Alex's ass to the bed, I've been in love with Sloan. I was like, okay, nope, I'm riding with this bitch right here. She got him handcuffed to the bed and told him to shut up. Yeah, I'm rolling with Sloan.
I'm all for it. And I think that was all that we had on Days. That it really was just those three stories. Erico and Jada,
and Sloan and Allie and Belle and Trask.
Now, what I am interested in is we understand how Paulina ends up in jail. We know that. I want to know what the hell is Eric gonna do to get himself in jail now?
Is he going to get drunk? Because didn't somebody say he had an alcohol problem?
Yes, a lot of people in a lot a lot of people in Salem
Yeah,
is
but
recovering
Eric
alcoholic.
specifically killed Daniel. Didn't Eric kill
Yes.
Nicole's baby daddy in a car drunk driving accident?
Uh-huh. This is the truth.
Isn't
Which is
that
another
weird?
thing that kind of screwed up their relationship for a very, very long time.
Well, yeah, the
So
fact that she had a son with daughter with Daniel, if that didn't screw it up for a long time, Eric getting drunk and killing him in a drunk driving accident, that surely would.
so yes, I think Eric, that must be what happens, because I mean Eric ain't got no, like, criminal ties or anything nutty like that. So he must go get drunk off his ass because he's upset about Jada's decision to terminate her pregnancy, on top of him and Nicole imploding the way that they
Hmm.
just did. And that sounds like it leads him to go tie one on, and it
Yeah.
don't help that he live over a damn pub.
Sure.
People never understand that proximity sometimes is not the best thing for people. So it sounds like Eric is going to go on some kind of a downward spiral or something.
And Nicole is too. She gonna go downward spiraling on EJ.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, I'm gonna be so messy out there on the Twitter streets. I'm trying to tell y'all gonna get sick of me.
Well, it's gonna be funny. It is going to be hilarious because, one, Nicole is going to sleep with EJ, and then she is promptly going to be completely and totally horrified that
Yep.
she slept with EJ. And I just took a peep at the spoilers for next week. Why Eric go high slow? This is lawyer.
Stop it! Stop
Whatever
it!
the hell
Oh
he
my
do,
God, I love it.
whatever the hell he gets into gets him into legal trouble, and he's gonna need a lawyer. Now, here's the thing: I find it very interesting that he's not hiring his baby sister, who's a
Well,
lawyer. Yeah, who's a
Val
lawyer.
probably gonna have her hands tied with Paulina and Chanel.
You're probably right about that. So he
Mhm.
is gonna hire Sloan um as his attorney, I guess, to defend him against whatever the hell it is he didn't did.
My God, I wonder if he ends up in bed with Sloan. Sloan had him handcuffed to the bed and spanking him.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, look, one thing is this, and this is the honest to goodness truth. I honestly feel that for Eric and Nicole's relationship to work out long term, I can't think of any other nicer way to say this. Eric needs to have a baby with somebody. I hate to say it,
Um,
but I feel like that is going to be the thing that haunts their relationship into Social Security territory, retirement territory. If he does not at some point somehow have a child with someone.
I think they really need to stop this at this point. So Days is very forward thinking, and we've been getting some good stories.
Mm.
Eric and Nicole can have a damn baby. They make test tube babies all the time. Nicole make eggs. She can't carry babies, but she make eggs. That's how come she got Holly. Eric makes sperm. That means those two can produce a baby that somebody else can carry.
See, that's the part that I'm not 100% clear on with Nicole and Brady, and why that wasn't something that they discussed as a potential couple. So, what you're saying, it makes sense, but I just have a feeling there's something else in there. Because if Nicole has viable eggs still, because that kind of makes me wonder if that's what the issue is.
She
Because
does. Nicole does have viable eggs. That's why I can't understand why they haven't did. She just can't carry a baby.
Right.
right,
That's why she
Her.
yeah,
can't carry them.
So
yeah.
that's why I don't understand why they haven't given them like still they can give them a paternity story with like
A
what you
surrogate.
call these women? Yeah, like a surrogate story, kind of like
Chloe
what they
Chloe
did
was
with
her
Maya.
surrogate, so
Yeah.
So we can get that. I don't know why they haven't done that for those two
I
yet.
think that should be next. So if they continue to do these storylines in a mature way where these couples are actually progressing, even if they're breaking up and getting back together. So if they can get all through this and decide, you know what, we need to stop saying what we can't do. And let's say what we can do. If we want to raise a family, me, you, Holly, and a new baby, let's do it. We can do adoption. We can do in vitro. Let's look at these options. And then they can still have, EJ pop up and, oh, you mean to tell me you slept with EJ that night? But they need to move it. They need to move forward in progress. Nicole, Eric and Nicole both kind of long in the tooth. If Eric wants to procreate and he has to have his seed, then that's the only thing that they can consider. If he just wants to raise a baby with Nicole, they can
That
adopt
adopt a
a brand new.
child.
They sure can. They can adopt a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old and raise.
Yeah, so I'm not. Yeah, because the thing is, not having watched Days as regularly as I used to, especially not around the time that he last left the show. I wasn't sure if there was some other mitigating issue that prevented him and Nicole. I mean, other than, maybe Nicole doesn't want to do that, or I mean, because Eric wants a child. So I never really did understand that part of it. It's like, well, okay, he wants a child. You can't actually carry one to term, but you appear to have viable eggs. Do you not want any more children? I don't know if that's ever actually been addressed.
Because she didn't sound like a very happy mother as she described it to Jada. We never see her with Holly. She never talks about Holly. And I know Days is different from the other soaps. The kids usually be off screen all the time. But she literally made motherhood out to be trash. Maybe she doesn't want any more children. She never said that. Well, she did kind of make it out that she couldn't give it to Eric, but is that because Eric wants it or is it because she wants it? I wonder if Nicole actually wants any more kids.
And see, and that would actually be a good beat for them to explore,
I
because it
agree.
all goes back to what I said at the start, which is that couples got to be on the same page about some of these major issues. And it just looks like, even after all these years, that Nicole and Eric may not be on the same page about kids, like it's always been, intimated that they were. Because Nicole's fertility issues are a known thing. That's not new. That's years and years ago of knowing that. So I don't know. Maybe that's the next beat they need to explore in their story once they figure out however they're going to get past this matter of Jada's termination and Eric feeling like he can't trust her and all of this other business. I mean,
Yeah.
because Holly basically lives with Maggie. I mean, that's her grandmother.
Right.
So, but yeah, the
Yeah. And it's the
Holly is
mansion,
with Maggie 24/7.
yeah. And it's the mansion. So, it's her, I get it. I get it. But, it's weird because Nicole volunteered to help Allie with Henry.
Hmm.
And she spent a lot of time with Henry. So I don't know. I would like to see where this goes because, throwing EJ in her bed. Yep. That's going to give us some good drama. But I would like to see where Eric Cole goes from here. I'm very interested in Eric Cole's journey. I'll put it that way. And it's 8:58. We did cover Chanel and Sloan. Allie got her licks in too. She was dragging Sloan for dragging Allie. I liked it that.
Hmm.
And I really like the rivalry between Trask and Belle. I'm loving those two. I'm loving those two going at each other.
It is. It's good, and they're both working inside the confines of the justice system that they both, have to adhere to. So watching them trying to outmaneuver
Outmaneuver.
each other is
Yes.
fun. So I look forward to that, especially
Very
now
much
that
so.
especially not
Beautiful,
that Belle got her hit and then Trask got hers right back.
beautiful, intelligent, strong women doing their jobs. I'm
Hmm.
here for it.
So am I.
8:59 or 7:59 for you guys.
Hmm.
We going into Y&R?
Yeah. I can give y'all the quick rundown since I know Bubble said that she didn't see it. So let's see. I'll talk about what interested me the most and then work back to what interested me the least. The most interesting thing is we finally got some movement on this Jeremy Stark business. Basically, after everything has been said and done, Ashley and Nicole are having misgivings about involving Jeremy Stark in their overall plan to get rid of Phyllis, to get rid of Diane.
Good.
Because Diane has said more than once that this situation with Stark is not something that they can control. Once he actually knows where she is and if he thinks she was the one who put his ass in jail, which it turns out that's the truth, but they don't know that that's the truth. So Nikki and Ashley had this whole long conversation about it, about because even Ashley said, because one of the big differences is this: neither Ashley nor Nikki, though they want Diane gone, they can honestly say they don't want her to be in physical danger just to get rid of her. Phyllis does not feel that way, okay? Really? My thing with Phyllis is this: Phyllis, get your ass behind the wheel of a red car and just run Diane over. Just do it. Just do it, honey. That's what you really want.
She might as well.
She got away with it when she ran over Paul and Christine. She got away with it.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, you know what? Forget all of this. Stop this throwing a brick hiding your hand shit, Phyllis. If you want the woman gone, get yourself together and make it happen. It won't be the first, second, or third time for you. You've done these kind of things before.
You've literally set people on fire, honey. What's the hesitation?
It's because she wants to play the card that Diane is the same old Diane, but she and Diane aren't the same. One of the reasons she hates Diane so much is because they have too much in goddamn common, okay? That is one of the issues. They are too much alike in the crazy department when they are on something. And the thing is, Nikki, and the thing is, I had to roll my eyes at Nikki. Nikki sitting up here saying, well, look, if there are any problems, I'm sure Jack and Victor can deal with, any threats we might face. Well, no, hold on, honey. Y'all the one started all this, okay? Y'all three sitting around a pot trying to come up with a concoction to get rid of Diane. And now if things get too heavy, you're going to call in the men folk to fix this for you? No. This is your mess that you're making.
So did they call Jeremy Stark?
Well, that's the thing. Ashley and Nikki are against it because they really do think this may be taking it too far. But then here Phyllis swans in the last 5 minutes of the show to announce that she just got off the phone with Jeremy Stark and she told him where to find Diane. Right
Stop
here in
it.
Oh, so she did the same thing that she did with whatchamacallit, Kyle's son mother. She pulled that same mess.
Exactly. Now, on top of that, while that's going on, you also have Diane talking to Jack and also talking to Kyle to try to get Kyle to understand that this is not a joke. This is not a game. This is a problem. So, this is serious.
This is not her business either. This is not her business. I need Phyllis to sit down.
Yes, but now she done just gone way over the limit, and now Ashley and Nikki, who done got into this with her standing there with their mouths hanging open like they can't believe she did it. I'm like, what you mean no. That's who Phyllis is,
that's
lady.
What they get.
Yeah.
You lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas.
That's right.
I'm like, y'all two didn't all just both get off a bus in Genoa City this today. You heifers been here all y'all lives practically. At least you have been, Ashley, Nikki, damn near. So y'all are fully aware of who Phyllis Summer is and what she gets like when she gets on one. And Phyllis has been on one about Diane for a month at this point.
That's why I'm sorry for none of them.
Me neither. It's like, as soon as those three got together and started talking and realizing they needed to work together to get rid of Diane, I was like, oh, this is going to end in tears. Because Phyllis hates Diane more than she loves her own people. In the previews, in the previews for next week, our show that Summer is finally going to get her head out of her ass and realize that this is an issue. Because Kyle got her today because she was pissed because when he told her that his mother actually did send Jeremy Stark to prison. Because so far they've all been acting under the supposition that that's just the theory that the coven has. But Kyle told her, actually, yeah, she did turn evidence against him and sent him to jail. So he has a reason to want to get even with her. And she was pissed because she was like, I should have been told about that from jump. He's like, my mama swore me to secrecy, but yes, I should have told you. But you got to understand, this man coming here is not a good thing for nobody.
Something gonna happen to one of them kids.
Wow.
Them damn heifers is gonna cause some trouble, and it's gonna hurt somebody that's innocent.
It's probably gonna be some. Just so Phyllis can sit up there with the egg on her face. You know, I wish Phyllis would go. Phyllis
would
needs to
be-
just
you know
drive
what? I
herself
think
off
you
the
hit the
damn
nail
cliff
on the
at
head.
this point.
How likely
I
is
just
that, darling, for Summer to be the one to get hurt in all this?
Sonny's gonna get hurt behind
It was
Phyllis'
her.
back because she
Yeah, she
always
probably
go too
will.
far. That's why she always go too far. And all
And
of
that's
this for what? Because she wants Jack back. And you see, and
because
that's
she
what
hate
I
Diane.
don't like. That's what I can't get about this storyline
But she
is
don't really
because
want
either
Jack.
you doing all of this either because you want him or you mad because you lost him. Either way, I mean, it's too over the top. Move
It was
on,
never about
Phyllis.
Jack. Phyllis
You
used Jack to just smear in Diane's face. It was all about Diane.
Oh my
Phyllis
God.
don't
yeah.
want Jack.
That's why
Phyllis
Jack
want
broke
to
up
get
with her.
right
Yep.
because it's not about Jack. It's about Diane. Phyllis
Jack
got a
broke
hard on
up
for
with
Diane,
her
and
because
she is going to.
he came downstairs. He heard Phyllis rubbing it in her face that her and Jack had slept together. That's when they
Yep.
consummated their little relationship.
Yep.
And she couldn't wait to rub it in
Tell
Diane's face.
Diane.
And they
She
called
did.
it. And Jack said, "You're down here marking your territory as usual, Phyllis, the same old behavior." And they broke up and they've been apart ever since.
Yep.
And Phyllis has been on a wild ever since. Phyllis has been just going.
On a rampage.
But she
Yeah,
was
on
on
the
that rampage
rampage.
before that. That's why she did that to Jack. She was on that rampage against Diane, making an ass out of herself.
She did when Diane first came in town. The
Yep.
insecurities popped up, and
Yep.
you're right, Sam. The insecurities came up at that moment, and she's been on the rampage ever since.
Yep.
She sure has.
And Kyle told Summer in no uncertain terms, this shit has got to stop now. This is beyond them just sniping at each other and being petty and all of this other shit. This is really having repercussions. And I already saw the look ahead for tomorrow's episode. Why does this man come to the front door of the Abbott mansion
I saw that.
Diane?
I'm wondering, you think he would actually kidnap somebody? We might get a kidnapping on the Young and the Restless,
That's
y'all.
what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is gonna be serious. That he knocked on the Abbott's door. Diane answered the door. I saw that on a clip. Jeremy Stark actually looked pretty devilishly handsome too.
Oh yes, Sam from
yes,
Passion
he's
still look
devilishly
good.
handsome. So I think that this guy that's dangerous that these women them brought to Genoa City is going to hurt somebody innocent. And if it's Kyle, if it's what's her name?
Summer.
What's her name?
Summer?
Yes. Or that baby, Harrison.
See, and the one thing I'm not here for is
you done forgot who Summer was, Sam.
Because my thing with the one thing that the one thing I'm not here for is this. I do not want because Diane has a conversation tomorrow with Tucker about all of this. The thing is, in Phyllis's mind, none of this would be an issue if Diane would just leave. That's how her, Ashley, and Nikki are looking at this. You know, if she would just get out, like we're telling her to get out, then none of this would be an issue. Well, honey, I don't know who died and put the crown on your head, but y'all don't control who come and go from Genoa City. I know y'all think y'all the queens of Genoa City, of the ladies who lunch, of the ones who running shit. I get that. But if Diane don't want to pack up her shit and leave, y'all can't force her. So y'all dragging a damn criminal, a felon who then just got out of jail for money laundering. Because yes, money laundering means he was laundering money for some damn body. Just to get Diane Jenkins to get scared and run out of town is ridiculous.
You know what? It's gonna fall on them. They all three gonna be sitting up there looking crazy.
Ashley
They need
lives
to
at
be.
the Abbott Mansion with Diane, correct?
Yes.
And Phyllis works at the same company with Diane, correct?
Yes.
I thought she was let go or something.
They gave
So
them their jobs
if
back
two of the
They got their
three
job back. Okay.
members,
one
so if
last chance.
two of the three members have that kind of time with Diane, the third
Mm.
member could stalk Diane when she's off of working, when
Nikki.
she's not at home. Why do they have to plant something on her if they so sure she's doing something? They could just wait and catch her.
Exactly. Wait till
That's
she
been the
mess
problem.
up.
That's been the problem for the start. They don't want to wait. They want to drive. They want to drive her out of town. But the
Mm.
problem is, if Diane actually had done anything that was worthy of driving her out of town, because here's the bottom line: her getting involved with a money launderer is a non-factor at this point because she got
Yeah.
involved with a money launderer and then she turned state's evidence against the bastard.
So that's done. That's case closed. That's resolved.
Exactly.
Move on.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to jail for it. And morally speaking, she's not culpable for it because she put the person in jail behind it. And something
Exactly.
else,
It's not
some
like they still working together. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's a non-issue, as you stated, darling. That's a non-issue at this point. Whatever business they had, that's over. It ended when she turned state evidence and he went to prison. So
So
that
what?
is over. Now, what I see happening though is all that they doing is pushing her right into Jack arms.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because
coming.
somebody's gonna have to save
Gonna be
Diane.
together.
Somebody gonna have to save Diane from
And
Jeremy
it's
Stark
gonna be
now.
Jack,
Who
Sam.
is it?
It's gonna
Jack,
be Jack.
Victor. Who's the other one? Jack, Victor.
It'll be Jack.
Yeah.
It'll
He
be
don't give a
Jack.
shit
Tucker.
about Diane.
Tucker.
Yeah, Victor
Tucker.
don't give a shit about
And
Diane.
Tucker don't
It's
give
gonna
and
be Jack.
Tucker don't give a shit about Diane because he didn't give her the Jabot financials to make this all easier for him. So as far as he's concerned, whatever happens to her happens.
That's right.
Um,
Exactly.
Exactly. Now, one thing that Diane made clear today that I found very interesting, she told Jack and Kyle that they needed to understand that Jeremy Stark went to prison for money laundering because that's what the feds could get to stick. It wasn't the only thing he was
That he was
accused
doing.
of doing, but
Stop
they just
it.
couldn't make anything
Mm-mm.
else stick. That is one of the reasons she's so concerned. Y'all think that he basically, her thing is his rap sheet says he went to jail for a white collar crime, but that is not all he was involved in.
Mm.
Right.
They
And then
better
you got
not be selling up this man like they did Ashlyn the Loch Ness
yes, that is my
monster,
one concern.
who turned it out to be a little shrimp.
That is my one concern. I do
You
not.
better not mess this
I need
up,
them to deliver.
darling.
Yeah, I need
Mm.
them to deliver
Somebody better
on
get kidnapped.
Jeremy. Yes, I need them to deliver on Jeremy Stark. Okay, Bold had not Bold. Ugh, that show is talking about me. Screw them. YNR has, because I was about to say YNR has disappointed me, so that's real. It's real easy for me to say Bold disappointed me because that's my default setting anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
YNR was so disappointing when it came down to the build up for Ashlyn Locke and what all that he was supposed to be. Because
I
at
don't
the
even
end of
want
the
to talk about it no more.
the only thing he ended up being was a man who stole his friend's identity and who stole some inheritance for some cats. That's it. and fake cancer. That's it. That's it. I was like, after all that talk about the Loch Ness monster, that's all y'all got to give me. But now we getting all this talk about Jeremy Stark, and I'm really, really hoping that we're not going two for inside of the same calendar year of having a great build up to a shadowy villainous like character coming to the canvas to wreak havoc and cause problems for the regular players, or for them to zonk it out and drop the ball all over again. So YNR, if you're listening, I'm giving you a chance. Don't screw this up. So that was the most interesting part for me today. The next interesting part was Daniel, Billy, Lily, and them at Society. I'm sorry, I had to laugh. So, Phyllis and Summer are sitting down with Daniel, and also Lily shows up. And they're kind of, I guess you could say, I'll be honest, I'll call it what it was. It was a gossip session, okay? They were sitting up there gossiping. Because originally it was just Phyllis and her kids. which is nice. I like it when families get to sit around and actually keep with each other, especially a family as petty as they asses. Because all three of them have. Summer, I know, is petty. Phyllis is also petty, and Daniel. It's been so long since he's been around, but yeah, his ass is petty too. So, Lily and Billy walk in, and they invite them to come sit down, and and so they start talking, and of course Phyllis, being Phyllis, starts running her mouth about all the issues that have been flowing Lily's way, namely, about Nate jumping ship, and how he done gone over to Newman Media and then took that Sally Spectre bitch job who none of them don't like. And Daniel like, so y'all don't like this woman? And Phyllis and some over there like, you damn right we don't like her, and you need to stay away from her. And he looking like, okay, there's a story there. I'll get that from y'all later.
Damn.
So then that automatically means that Daniel should like Sally.
This should be. Honestly, he should be. I hope he ends up being at least friends with her. She's got enough romantic issues on her plate. But yeah, just because I'm all for anything that annoys Phyllis and her daughter, just because they get on my nerves with some of this petty shit.
But I like Summer now because she's starting to kind of grow up and see that her mama is batshit crazy. I mean, she still stands by her mom, but I think she's gonna get kind of over Phyllis. She kind of did for a minute, but when it came out that Diane was keeping that other secret, that's when Summer was kind of like, okay, maybe my mama's right. But I think she knows her mom is crazy, and she can see that. I don't think that Summer is going to stay on Team Phyllis throughout all of this. I don't think she is, especially now that something happens to Cookie Monster.
Oh no!
Y'all know that's my cat name.
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster?
Yeah, it's Mr. Cookie, and I call him Cookie Monster sometimes.
Look at you.
That's hilarious.
That's a
He's
beautiful
cute.
little boy too. But then let
He
me
is
ask
with
you,
those big
darling.
curls, honey. Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
I love that little kid. And I can, they drag him on Twitter. I'm like,
But his
what
hair,
type
and I
of
be like,
I
you
people
told
couldn't leave
y'all.
that baby alone.
what kind of people does this? Like,
I told y'all that months ago that they was dragging. Somebody said, I doubt that. I said somewhere they dragging this little boy's parents because he ain't got no haircut yet. And
why
somebody
you have to have a haircut?
comments about what they doing to this baby and how he gonna turn out because they let him keep his hair. If he was my baby, I'd let him keep his hair too. Why would I cut it? What's grown ass men with hair down to their ass that is straight? Why
You
would
know
I
what?
cut my baby's hair?
People need to stop this. This is a problem where people
Yeah,
think that they need to police how someone chooses to wear their hair. This is really a damn problem. People need to sit down and shut the fuck up about how
that's right.
people wear their hair.
Yeah,
Some schools
yeah.
would kick kids out because they have dreads in their hair. I think it's freaking disgusting. It's
Oh yeah,
disgusting.
oh yeah. It
Mm-hmm.
is bad in the Florida school district because that's where my daughter kids go, and she had been homeschooling them kids, and she sent them to public school at the beginning of the year. And if anybody know my children are mixed. And my daughter's husband is also Honduran. So they have that long curly hair all down to their back. All of them do. And the school districts are wanting these kids to cut their hair. They're saying they cannot wear their hair like this in school. And
Yep.
this is absolutely nuts. Since when does the
Ridiculous.
school district have a say in how my child looks?
Because
It's
it depends
ridiculous.
on the local people that they hire to be over the school board and to make those rules in the school districts. I live in Florida, and they really trash,
Yeah,
and they will
that's
treat
right.
your
You do
children
live
like
in Florida.
trash.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Even like beads. I remember I'm old as hell, but I remember going to school with beads. You know how we get
Yeah,
our hair
we have the
braided and we
Mm-hmm.
beads.
get
I
beads in our
remember
hair.
that. Yes.
And I always had very long hair. And I remember being teased like hell because I had beads in my hair. I mean, I'm just not, just crazy. I mean, and beautiful beads. I mean, my aunts don't play. They can still braid. But
That's
I would
right.
get teased in school, and not by the kids, because we all got braids as our people.
That's right, baby.
we
That's right.
we was happy to get beads, get to pick the
We
color
loved
for the
it, the
beads.
beads, girl. And
Yeah,
It was
they still
decoration
coming back.
shit.
Alicia Keys brought the beads back too, baby. So, it's a lot of people still wear their beads. I know my daughter wears them. She likes her Afro puffs. She likes her Afro curls, and that's the way she send her kids to school. And but if they cut little Harry's hair, I'll probably stop watching the show. I'll probably send a complaint if they cut that boy hair.
They better
his
mind their
parents would
damn
probably
business.
And with that
be the only
man
ones to
knocking
cut
at
it.
the door with this new character they done brought in for Diane, I'm thinking, I mean, I don't want them to undersell the man because of how they did Ashlyn, but we could get a kidnapping story, and it could be Lil Harrison with his beautiful self. Um,
It may
I
very
know
well
he's so
be,
cute.
I
because
know,
that's what
he's so
he
cute.
is. He's darling. He is
He is
absolutely darling.
darling.
And these people who troubling themselves about how that child hair kept. Here's the thing: go comb your own goddamn hair. Don't worry about
That's
that baby. His parents got him.
They're jealous. That boy has big, beautiful golden brown curls. Big, giant, beautiful
hair is
curls all
beautiful.
over his blasted head.
Yes.
he
It's
is so
adorable.
cute. That is
It's freaking adorable.
adorable.
That's why his parents won't cut his hair.
They
I don't
better
blame
not.
them.
They better not. I will write into the
I would,
show like
my
somebody
son
will
had
get
beautiful
drugged.
hair. My son had
Mm-hmm.
beautiful hair when he was a little boy, and it was always long, but I kept it in a ponytail because in my family we were not supposed to cut a little boy's hair before he turned a year.
It
Point
was a
blank,
Yeah,
certain
period.
age. Yeah,
exactly.
that's
After a
right.
year,
I
you can do
remember
what you
that.
will. So I could not
I
cut
don't
his
remember
hair
why, but
before the
yeah, but
year.
that's what the old people always said.
That's right.
That's
So I
right.
couldn't
And
cut
we
it, but I
just
used
did
to
what
put
the
it in a
old people
ponytail.
said, darling.
One single ponytail, and he would have an afro puff, and I put a ball cap on his head
Yeah,
because I couldn't
yeah,
cut his hair, but it was long, so I put it in a ponytail and put a ball cap
that's
on his
right.
head.
That's right. That didn't mean anything. That didn't
Right.
mean
So then, so
anything.
if
But
somebody
now
would have been
it's so
trying to
many
force me to cut my
stereotypes.
baby's hair, it would have been fighting time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now that we done just thoroughly discussed messing with
Oh,
these babies' hair, what else going on
but
at the children?
so all right, so at a society, so Summer and Phyllis end up leaving, and Lily goes to take a call, and that leaves Billy and Daniel sitting at the table by
Oh,
themselves.
yes, yes. So that conversation happened today. How
Yes,
did
it
that
did.
end?
Oh, it was lovely. So basically, more or less, after the ladies, pop up and leave, they'd be like, you know what, Billy, your ass ain't changed a bit. And
No,
Billy looking
not
at
at
him like,
all.
what? And he like, well, look, first of all, you just basically left Lily high and dry by jumping out of Chancellor Winters while they're in the middle of, shit. And he's like, and that's you. That's basically tells him that, that's you. That's what you do. And Lily does not look like she's pleased with you about it. And Billy like, well, that's none of your business. And Daniel's like, yeah, that's fair enough. He's like, but honestly, I was surprised y'all was even a serious thing when I heard about that. He's like,
Ooh,
because I thought Lily was going, try to pick somebody, more reliable,
what?
especially after all that shit she went through with Kane. But I guess old habits die hard. He basically said Lily been on this fuckboy trend for like a decade, and apparently she's still on it.
I can't believe that Daniel said that. Daniel
And
told
he
Lily that to his
remember he
face.
was
Girl,
working
that was a
for
cap. Mm-mm. He ate. I mean, did Billy realize that Daniel was throwing slugs? I mean, what's
He
up?
He
couldn't
What
looked
even
like
happened?
it,
catch that.
or he looked like it. There was
Look, for real, Daniel ain't got a whole lot of room to talk because Lily left him because he couldn't stop jacking it off to
with
magazine.
porn.
Right,
Porn. He
Yeah,
was
that
addicted
right.
is
to
what
porn.
broke them up. The porn addiction.
But
Game
how did
recognized.
Billy? But what did Billy do? What did he
Well,
say?
he didn't really have time to say anything because right then is when Lily walked back to the table and they both decided to shut up because they knew this.
Oh,
They
wow,
both knew this wasn't no
wow. So they
conversation.
was in a slug match. So Billy knew.
Yeah.
Billy knew what was going on.
Hmm.
Oh wow,
Now,
I love it.
all of this.
I'm absolutely here for it. Something
So
to
am
excite
I.
Lily.
And the thing is, all of this is preceded by once again. Billy being entirely too much about this Chelsea situation, which is the
Oh
least
my
interesting part of
God.
today, which is why it's last. Which was that he was supposed to be taking her out to dinner, to lunch or dinner or whatever at society to make up for blowing her off. But once again, the whole time he's going there, he is trying to call Chelsea to try to, make sure she's okay. And so he calls Chelsea, she's not picking up her phone. Chelsea sees him calling, but she's making a conscious decision to kind of step back a little bit. And Lily's like, well, maybe she's not picking up because she needs some space or something. And Billy's like, well, maybe, something went wrong. He's like, well, he's like, you go get a table and I'm going to go try to, call Chelsea again. And that's when she goes and sits down with Daniel, Summer, and Phyllis. So he's the one who said, let's go to society, but he can't even go sit at a table with his girlfriend because he has to talk to Chelsea right now. And I'm
Child,
supposed to feel bad that
Thanks.
Daniel was taking swings at him? Not at all.
child, just worthless. Just
Totally worth.
worthless.
This relationship is done. You can stick a fork in it. It's just a matter of time of who calls it first.
Is somebody need to cheat? I don't want it to just be over. I want it to be over spectacularly.
And then, unfortunately, my girl Sharon got on my nerves just a little bit today because she was talking to Adam about Chelsea's situation and this tension that's there between him and Billy. And the thing is, I kind of felt like, and maybe it's because I'm usually pro Adam 9 times out of 10, I'm like, you know, Billy Billy is doing this for the right reasons, but Adam feeling like maybe Billy should take a step back and he should take a step further in isn't crazy since they are parenting Connor together.
Right.
And Sharon's like, she's not trying to, take sides. She's like, the only person's side I'm on is Chelsea because she's the one who needs the help. She's like, but I need you to not make this about you and Billy and y'all terrible history with each other because it's supposed to be about Chelsea.
What? Okay, go ahead, darling. I'm gonna wait till you finish. Go ahead.
Okay. And the thing is, Sharon's not wrong about that, but I kind of feel like she's saying that to the wrong person right now. Because
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
yeah, I'm like, I said, you're right. I'm like, Sharon's right, but you need to be having this conversation with Billy Abbott's ass because he is on a savior complex tour right now. And he feels like Adam should not be as involved as he is. And that's not appropriate, no matter how you slice it, because Adam does care about Chelsea. He wants what's best for her. And he and her are raising Connor together. Those are facts. So I'm like, you need to have that conversation with somebody else, Sharon. Come on now, you're saying the right words, but I think you need to say that to somebody else.
Exactly.
Listen
I
to
feel,
advice from
I
Sharon?
was upset with Chelsea for her even texting Lily to even try to, like, let me set the record straight for you and your man. The audacity. I mean, why are we feeling sorry for Chelsea again? I mean,
Well,
after everything she has
well,
done, I
her
know
mental
about
health
the whole
issues and whatnot
suicide.
notwithstanding.
Yeah, but still, darling, is that really a reason that we supposed to be Team Chelsea now?
Oh, I'm not Team Chelsea. I'm
Good.
sympathetic to the fact that she has a mental struggle and that she's trying to
Oh my
deal with it. So
gosh.
I'm sympathetic to that because that it happens more. It's I like the fact that they did this story on YNR because it's a very current event story. Because
That's true. And they did a
so
good
many
job
people,
with it.
and they did a good job with it. So her trying to come back from it after having that 72-hour hold and trying to basically get herself together so she can actually live a life that's a real life and where she doesn't have this miasma hanging over her 24/7 is
Yeah.
a good story for them to tell.
And
But
will this redeem her though? Because
oh
I
no, I
feel
don't think
like
this is a redemption story.
good, because I feel like they were, because that was my whole thing. Where it was a good story. They did it perfectly. I liked it because they did a good bill. They didn't just have her wake up crazy one day and just decide to go jump off the rooftop, right? We
Mhm.
actually saw them do a build. We got a proper mental illness storyline. I loved it. But is this a redemption story for Chelsea? And if not, what is she going to do next? Because I believe from Chelsea's past, she's going to use it to continue to manipulate Billy.
I don't know. Because the person with the problem in this right now really is Billy. He's the one that is clinging to her to a point that it's because he's trying
Unhealthy.
to help her. Yeah, because he's trying to help her. You can't say that he's doing it for bad reasons, but he has his Billy's a damaged person himself, is what part of the issue is. And while he feels that helping Chelsea is a worthwhile goal and it's something that he wants to fully focus on, he needs to be worried about how to deal with his issues. And Lily said it. Lily said, you said when you were leaving Chancellor that you wanted to find something that you were passionate about. And that's why you did not want to stay on as COO. Okay, fine. She's like, so how is that going? Because as far as I can see, the only thing that you're passionate about right now is helping Chelsea. And that is no substitute for you finding what you need for yourself, is what basically she was trying to tell him. I mean, literally, Chelsea has absolutely done really nothing on the Billy front. The thing is, before she kind of, flipped out and, almost committed suicide, she was doing this bouncing back and forth thing. So I really do appreciate how the show built it up, because Chelsea has not been right since she came back to town. She
No.
hasn't been. She has been off kilter ever since, with her lashing out at this one, her gravitating too heavily and focusing too hard on that one and this and that, and she's just been schizophrenically like all over the place.
That's
That's all
true. That's
that's
true.
that's all anybody has said for the last year. What the hell are they doing with Chelsea? They don't know where the hell they
Mm-hmm.
want her. And then
Mm-hmm.
it came out that it's her having a legit mental health crisis. Okay,
Right.
that's why y'all ain't did nothing
They
with her.
sold it perfectly.
They
Yep.
Yes, they actually did that very well, and I'm actually impressed that Y&R did that, because Lord knows they fail on long-term storytelling so often that I was surprised they actually did well with this.
Yeah.
So now and the other minor issue was that apparently Connor got into an altercation at school because a kid called his mother crazy, and
Yeah.
he did what a child gonna do. Oh, we talking about mamas? I'm whooping your ass. Go ahead, boy.
I'm waiting for
That's
Connor to turn all out crazy. I mean, because it's his turn. I mean, that boy has been. It would be perfect for Connor, darling, because he has been exposed to so much trauma from
mhm,
his mom and his dad and his grandma.
mhm.
So it's
Grandpa too.
time for Connor to break free, and we have us a little Chucky moment. I mean, we had it once. I think somebody brought it up. We had it once. This was years ago when he locked Connor in the closet. Remember? Because you said, I
Mhm.
mean, not Connor, Christian, because you said Christian was being a big baby.
Oh.
He said Christian was sissified. What's the matter with Christian? Sitting up here crying about everything. I joke that storyline, but I want more of that. I mean, since we're getting the children, they're seeing, because every time I peep at it from here and there, darling, what I do see that I like is we get actual stories with these children on
Mhm.
Y&R. And, just like we did when Victoria and Lily, when they were all young minors. Now we got Connor, we got Johnny in the screen, and look at who his parents are, Chelsea and Billy. Then we got Connor, he belongs to Chelsea and Adam. So I want to see something more. I want to see something dangerous.
Child. Them kids gonna age up and they gonna send them away like they did Faith and Moses.
Which would be a waste. Cause
Y&R
so
has not been doing anything with youth
with
for a
their
while.
teens, they haven't. They really haven't. They ever after Lily and them. grew up,
The
and
glow
then
by Jabot.
yeah, and then once they got a little bit, and then I guess they kind of dabbled a little bit with Lily's kids, but then after that it was just dead air.
Mm-hmm.
Then we
Yep.
had Faith, but then they didn't do nothing with her.
Nothing. And they had the kids, and they was legacy kids. They had the twins. I love those kids. Little Maddie, when she was she was Ginsburg for one of the Halloweens. I was just like, I just love these kids. And they
Exactly.
took them. We had Reed. Who else?
Reed's in college by now, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because Reed was
Yeah,
Reed
Reed is
was
in
dating them.
college. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've really been slipping on the youth.
Well, I hope
PH
they
does a good job
realize
with
that
that.
this is the show's 50th anniversary this year. If they're trying to really be here for another 50, you got to build your canvas. You got to make people care. One of the reasons people still care about Sharon and Nick and Victoria and Devon and all these characters is because we got to get into them in their youth.
And there
And
you. That's
we
Right.
right. That's
and we
right.
watched
Right.
them grow up to
And
be
Sharon and Nick, for
from
that matter. I was
exactly
watching
from
when Sharon and Nick was in high school.
High school
exactly.
sweetheart. That's right.
We
Mm-hmm.
didn't watch these people be messy teenagers to the point that now they still messy ass adults. That's how
Adult.
you
And that's
get
why
Yeah.
I'm
people to
still
care.
team chick.
What about, but you know what? We had a good story with Reed. They had him, the little delinquent kid, the little
Yeah, he was
delinquent
with
Newman
Maddie.
Rich kid, and he was in love. He liked Lily's daughter.
Maddie.
And then
Yep.
when we looked again, they were sending Lily's children, the twins, out of state, when all of that went down with Kane. And I
Mhm.
felt like, why are we
And they
doing
had
that?
even brought that other young girl. Remember when not Amanda, what was her name? Hillary. Hillary, wasn't
Hmm.
it Hillary had a little girl that she was about adopted?
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, the girl that the adopted daughter, I think, or whatever.
She
Yeah,
somebody she was mentoring or something.
she was mentoring that girl, I believe is what it was,
Yeah.
Sam. Mm-hmm.
So they seem like they try and then they
What you
just
say, Bubbles?
I said they don't want no kids on these shows. They just want a bunch of old people doing the same shit over
Oh.
and over again.
Oh,
But
wait,
you
before
see, that's what runs your audience off, though, because we want more. We need more if you want us to stay. We've seen it too
oh
many times, again
so
and
I
again and
have
again.
so Amaya, bless her heart, posted the spoilers, the early edition spoilers for next week
Uh
in the chat. So here's what we got for Young and the Restless, since we pretty much done with them. Chelsea makes amends, Phyllis's plan backfires,
Mm.
Lily makes amends, and Jack strikes a dangerous deal. And then on to the real juicy stuff days. Gwen comes to Xander's aid.
Yeah.
again.
Eric and Sloane get to know each other.
Mm.
Rafe presses EJ for information, and Ava plots her revenge.
Yes!
I
I'm
told
loving
y'all.
it.
I told you guys.
I mean, we all know the Vitaly ain't dead, but there's a fine line between what really happened and what was a delusion. And the show is really, really good at not being able to let us see what the difference is.
Because you know what? I'm just waiting on one day for the show to open, and EJ is devouring Ava's ass.
Well,
And
girl,
then,
you gonna
but
have
to,
it coming.
listen, we have been so blessed bountifully and beautifully on Days of Our Lives that it seems like blessings just rain down from the sky. Like, what was that stuff that came down from the heavens?
Mana,
Yes,
mana.
ma'am. Manna.
Mhm.
It's coming down like manna. Fresh in the morning, just covering the yard. 6 o'clock in the morning, it's manna on
Every
Days
day,
of
every day, except for Saturday and Sunday.
Because remember,
Which
every morning the Israelites will wake up and there would be manna all over the ground and they would pick it up. Every morning at 6 o'clock, Days of Our Lives is providing manna.
me,
I'm finna get Gwen.
frankly,
I'm finna get Gwen and Xander. Eric is finna get to know Sloan. We all want to get to know Sloan. And read it again so I can get. I'm getting delirious over here. Read them spoilers again.
oh, so yeah, just those four. which were, yeah, Gwen comes to Xander's aid again. She up here being his own private superwoman, saving
Yes.
his ass left and right. So I
I
wonder,
see
sh-
your
she already
superwoman.
she already saved him with that damn website. So who knows what's been happened now that he needs saving again. But apparently Gwen is up for the job. I wonder if it has to do with him working at the Spectator. Um,
Yes.
that might be it. Eric and Sloan get to know each other. Well, here's the thing. I've been wanting to see more of Sloan ever since the
Yes.
character was introduced. It's one
Yes.
of the reasons I was so ticky with Alex for ruining his little liaison with her, because I'm like, man,
Overstepping.
over.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this could have been some interesting because it already was interesting, with y'all sleeping together. But now that Eric is apparently going to get himself in some legal trouble and ask Sloan to represent him, I guess the thing is, Nicole's gonna be doing whatever her rebound thing is with EJ because they're both in a shit place, and I guess Eric might start gravitating because on Days of Our Lives is the show that invented the idea of the way to get over your old lover is to get on top of a new one.
Correct.
They follow that. There is almost never a situation on Days where a couple breaks up or their relationship breaks down and somebody's just over there poor mouthing for 3 or 4 months over them. Mm-mm.
Correct.
Days don't
It
have
don't
that kind
happen.
of time.
There's
No.
always a soft place for somebody to land. Look what happened to Nancy. Look what happened to
Mm-hmm.
Nancy, and now she's dating. What's his name? Michael.
Yeah, Mike Horton.
Yep. And
Unless
when Gabby and Lee explode, if Lee is still alive, I'm expecting him to land a soft place, and I'm gonna put a pin in that because I can't wait to find out where he lands.
Let's see. And also, look, looks like we got the Y and R spoilers for next week. Victor takes matters into his own hands to help Abby. Look, bro, you can't help Abby. Abby screwing Devon. There ain't nothing to help.
Do? What
I
he gonna do? Make
see.
Stan stay?
Yep,
This is
they
Send
this
him
is
should
to
do
the
ex-
that.
basement with some rats?
That's
this is
something Victor would
exactly
do.
why Chance should have threw Abby ass under the bus when Victor questioned him. Cause now you got Victor the matchmaker. Nobody wants to see that.
Mm,
He
mm,
needs to
mm.
walk in on Abby riding Devon.
Please.
Devon got
Uh,
life back.
he do. Hear that man? I swear, Victor will probably keel over and have a coronary.
Correct.
Uh, Daniel keeps a secret on Tuesday.
Yes,
Billy
he coming with that
lifts
boy.
Chelsea spirits. Wednesday, Jack gives Phyllis an ultimatum. I mean, guess what that's about? This entire situation
Back
with
off.
Diane.
Yep.
Ooh, Audra seduces Noah, so Noah about to enter his whole phase. Okay,
Yes.
about time. I've been
And
waiting
he's so
on this.
cute. That is that
Uh-huh.
that is one damn cute Noah. I cannot believe that they not doing anything for that character. That boy is cute.
Well, he about to cheat on
Boring.
little
He's
sweetie pie.
boring. I
He
mean, he
about to
may be
cheat on little
cute.
silly pie alley. So maybe this might make them interesting.
He may be cute, but he is dull. I mean, it's like, come on, he have the same expression in every scene he is in. It's like, dude, take a vitamin C. Give that man a Red Bull. Do something because he just slumming around, moping around. I mean, when is he? Do we know when he's excited? Do we know he's in the mood for something hot and sexy? I mean, do we know? Give me something.
Well, apparently, I'm hoping that him entering his cheating phase, because let's be frank, he is Nick Newman's son. If
Yeah,
he wasn't a cheater, then I would question his paternity.
Mhm.
right.
Um, so
Well, you know, the
hopefully,
Noah we had before him was a little player, so
mhm.
And he
So
was so
this one,
exactly.
cute.
though, he been so stodgy. So hopefully, this kickstarts him into something else. And let's see, Tucker reveals an alliance. So I have two theories about that. Tucker is either already working with Jeremy Stark or he's working with Daniel, because Daniel's interest in working for Chancellor Winters got me giving major side eye. Let's see.
Daniel? What did
Hmm.
Daniel? I thought Daniel was a painter back in the day.
He's actually talking about video game design. So it's
All
still,
It's still artistic. I get you.
yeah, exactly. And let's see. Victor takes measures to protect Nikki. Protect Nikki, my ass. They look.
From Stark.
Yeah, you worrying about because I think Nikki gonna say something about how she's gonna
What they
ask
did.
Victor to up all of their protection, and I'm sitting over here like, oh no, what you asking for more protection for? Y'all the ones who thought this was a good idea.
They look so dumb right now. Do they know how dumb they look?
They apparently not.
No, because the lady already told them they look dumb.
Point blank. Diane told them in no uncertain terms that they were out of their minds to even be considering to going this far just to get rid of little old her.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, because here's the thing. There are people in my life I don't like either. But at no time did I ever think sitting around and playing a game of Russian roulette for those people was a viable solution to my problems. But apparently, because you might shoot yourself in the process. But apparently, them fools don't think that far ahead. And I'm sitting up here like this man gonna walk up to the front door of the Abbott house. Ashley, you live there. This man is coming to the front door of the house. You and your brother and y'all entire family. This is y'all address. But anything to get rid of Diane, y'all out y'all minds.
Diane's gonna come out looking so good at the end of this. They're gonna look so bad, and no matter what Diane has done, but because of what they are doing, they got this here man, supposed to be dangerous. We'll see. That's yet to be seen. But we gonna see. But if it turns out to be he's that dangerous, Diane is gonna come out looking like the victim.
Listen, they sent the ex-con to the family home. They sent him to Mama house. They sent him to Big Mama house.
Yeah.
They sent him to Auntie and them house.
Yeah.
They sent
Diane, girl.
Even
Diane gonna be looking like the victim at the end of the day. I'm telling you.
I mean, there should be some honor among thieves. I mean, even I don't think gangsters do it that low. I think gangsters spare none of them house. They don't go to Big Mama them house. They look for you where you hang out at. They don't go to Big Mama house. But what Phyllis sends this convict to John Abbott's home. John Abbott.
Yes, girl.
And that specifically is what Summer is yelling at her about in the preview for next week. That she basically is yelling at her for putting Harrison in the line of fire. They live there.
That's under that roof. Everybody. Everybody.
And here's the thing: Diana don't even live at the Abbott house.
See?
Diana stay at the athletic club.
And been at the athletic club since she left Phyllis's Raggedy Rat Trap Motel.
I'm like, y'all ain't got no damn sense. Oh wait, did I finish the spoilers? Okay, two more. Nick tests Summer and Kyle loses patience with Ashley's vendetta against Diane. Chance makes a bold move on Friday and Nate has a change of heart. About what?
He probably not gonna go with Victoria.
I was gonna say he was gonna try to leave Elena ass at home.
That's what I was gonna say. He changed his mind about taking Elena.
Because Victoria is busy feeding his ego too good now for him to say, I'm not gonna go to that. She got him thinking that the world is his oyster and that he can do anything. And she is giving him her full support financially and philosophically. So
for what? Why?
For him, because she wants to screw him. That is my foremost opinion. She's looking for her. She's looking for her next piece, and so Nate looks like it's it.
Right here pulling a Me Too. So she is his boss, and she trying to get in his draws, and she's offering him all the perks and trips, business trips, so she can take advantage of him sexually.
Well, not in her defense. She has not done anything of a sexual nature to Nate. However, but yes, I know a setup when I see one, and this is a setup. She basically, remember, Amani That's how Nate got into all this trouble. Amani blowing his head up. She was there with a bicycle pump, pumping his bullshit ass ego up every chance she got. And she did that in the name of her own personal interest in Nate. This shit with Victoria smells exactly the same. I'm just
So
waiting to
all
see when
these
she gonna make her
women
move.
seem to want to give Nate the panties, but once they get him, they're not happy with him.
Well, see, but that's
That's
the thing.
disgusting. I don't like it.
Amani never landed him. Amani never. They that just
Hillary
evaporated
did,
in thin air.
right? Hillary had
Mhm.
him, right?
But she wanted to. She just never sealed the deal.
What about
Mhm.
Hillary?
No, not Hillary.
Not Hillary.
Mm-mm,
Hillary
You
not
mean
was with,
Elena?
I'm
Hillary.
sorry,
No.
But
Amanda. I
Amanda
apologize,
did.
Amanda.
Her remember Amanda and him. They had a
Amanda and
little
him.
thing
Okay,
before
that's
her and Devon got together.
so.
So
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
so
but
so Nate has been with Amanda. He's been with Elena. Imani tried to give it to him, but he
yeah,
didn't get it. And now we're going into Victoria.
yeah,
Looks like it.
So let's see if we can actually hit a home run. His record is as bad as Abby Newman's.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. I think we're gonna get it, even if it's a one time. I feel like they're gonna do enough between those two to break him and Elena up. I really
Did
feel like
Abby
that's
and
where they're
Nate get
going with the
together?
story.
Did
Have
who?
Abby and Nate been a pair?
They
They
dated.
tried it a couple of years ago, remember, with the old Nate Sam, but we never got it. They
It
never
didn't go
sealed the
nowhere.
deal on it. It didn't go nowhere. It didn't go anywhere.
So
And
what
that's
the
when I
hell is Nate?
realized,
And he came on as a doctor, and he's not a doctor.
hmm
His parents were doctors. That made sense. Now he's
Mhm.
not a doctor. I need to know what is the deal with Nate. I
and why
can't
do
quite
they have
understand
Elena
to me.
following him around like a lost puppy dog?
And so she looks worse than him.
She
but,
looking worse than him right now.
but that's
Trying
what
to
she
make.
do. She's a follower. She's always been a follower. She's always been a
Wow.
follower.
But why is she a follower, Bubbles? I think it's the question. Why is she a follower? Because she's a whole doctor herself. She had a good story with Devon. I mean, that's what, see, that was the ending with her. It's like, why did they tear them
They done
apart?
lost the plot.
They lost the plot.
They
Thank you.
lost
And
the
that's what
plot.
I'm saying.
Mhm.
They lost the
That's all
plot
I can
with
say.
her.
They
What
lost the plot with both of
happened?
them because there's no doctor set anymore.
Exactly.
They have these characters they brought on as doctors. Nate is the history of a doctor. His mom and father both were doctors. And
Yeah.
they have him now going from company to company and
Yeah.
podcasts and stuff, that so much
Yeah.
so that it disgusted me
Mhm.
last night that I wanted to stop talking about Y&R. And now they have Elena, beautiful woman, intelligent, was a nurse or a doctor or whatever she was, and now they got her running around following him from business to business like she don't have a
hmm
thought process of her own. This is a doctor we're talking about here. A woman that put
Oh,
herself through
you know
school, if I'm not
what?
mistaken.
I just started. That's the change of heart. Now see, Nathan sat up here and made this damn offer about Elena jumping ship again from Chancellor Winters to come back to Newman Media. I bet you he run that shit by Victoria and she poo-poos the whole idea and now he gotta take it back.
Mm,
I think you
mm,
just
Because
did. I
mm.
was she
think you nailed it.
because if she trying to get the dick from Nate, what she want
She's not
Elena
going to
on
want
the
Elena
payroll
around.
for?
Exactly.
Oh, I can I
Mm,
won't say
And that'll be a
shit.
dead
mm.
giveaway. We'll know what Victoria is up to if she puts the kibosh on
Exactly.
the money.
Correct.
Child. A
I was
mess.
We
waiting.
got 8 minutes. Let me tell y'all real quick what happened on General Hospital because I didn't watch
Oh,
all.
go ahead. I forgot all
Okay.
about that story. Yeah, go ahead.
Child, I don't even remember why, but Nina went to go see Willow to apologize to her for some shit, and they got into it and got into a yelling match. Oh, Nina went to go and ask that girl, Willow, if she could be a little bit more Sasha, because the holidays coming up and all that, whatever have you. She under conservatorship, everybody did. And Willow said, pretty much she ain't got time to be out here in these streets trying to run behind no friends and building nothing for nobody else. And Nina kind of went off of her because she's like, bitch, you sitting up in here living in the damn Quartermain Castle over here Like the HBIC, you got a baby on the way, you got Wiley, you got a husband, you happy, you got every fucking thing. But your ass sitting here being a selfish ass bitch, knowing that girl over there lost her damn baby, her husband, her business about to crumble from up under her. She done had all these damn nervous breakdowns, and you ain't got 2 seconds for her. And then Willow just lost it, and she started screaming at Nina. And then Carly came in with her big head, of course. And then Willow passed the fuck out, y'all. Just passed out in the house. So I'm wondering how long Carly gonna keep her mouth closed about her being Nina's daughter, because whatever's going on with her cancer, she's looking like she needs a donor right
I
now.
was gonna say, don't she need a bone marrow transplant or something? And why hasn't she told anybody yet Nina's her mama?
That's the bullshit about Carly. This the bullshit about Carly right here.
Mhm.
I'm going a little bit longer. This the bullshit about Carly right here. She ain't told nobody, right? She know this whole time now that this girl needs a donor, because Drew done went to her and said that he looking for her birth parents. Carly gonna go, oh, well, you need somebody to help you. I'm gonna help you. I'm the best person to help you to do this. You know, I find anything. I needles in haystack, wall. I've been finding shit all my life. So of course you're gonna help him. I think she gonna try. You know what? I don't know that she's gonna help Drew realize, because if she wanted to help Drew find Willow's birth people, she would have just flat out said, you know what, I lied to you on the DNA test, and I found out that Nina really is Willow's mama, and I didn't want to say nothing because her adopted mama told me to keep her safe, and I really just don't feel like Nina is the best thing for her right now with what she's going through. And then let Drew decide whether or not he's going to go forth and tell that girl that Nina is her mama. And he would, because she needs a transplant.
Yeah.
She needs some bone marrow. She needs some blood. She needs a kidney. I mean, she fixed to be the new Katie Logan.
Lord.
That's right. She, no lies. She knocking on death's door.
Right. And at this point, Carly is willfully keeping the truth from her. She has known all this time since that girl's, what was her pretend mama name? Not her pretend mama.
Oh, I forgot that crazy lady name.
Evangeline, or whatever her name is.
It was close to Epiphany.
Evangeline.
It was something like that. It was something like that, Sam.
Epiphany is the nurse. Somebody
I know,
over
but it's
here,
something like that. Their name was almost the same.
Yeah, that's why I can't never remember her name. And then it was something like Shiloh, but Shiloh is the man that was Brendan Nicole. Am I wrong about that? Let me go and.
No, you're right. Shiloh was one of the Day of the Dawn people.
Willow's mother. Because
I liked her. She had dark hair. I forget, and I thought she was gonna start going with Christina mama. They seemed real chummy when they was friends. Harmony,
thank you.
That's her name, Harmony. That's right.
Harmony, Epiphany, we all over the place. Goodness.
Carly has known since Harmony got hit. That's something else. Sasha hit Harmony with the car. Sasha's been through a whole shit this year. She didn't kill somebody and lost two. So she has known since Harmony got hit by Sasha. Willow belongs to Nina. And the time she did the same shit with Nell. And now she's doing it with Nina. But with Willow. But this time it's life or death. Like, Willow fell out in the floor. Like when Nina came to the house, girl, she looked like day-old bread that had been sitting out in the sun. She was ashy and pale at the same time. She looked dry.
Her lips looked like Ashley Larry lips.
Her lips
looked eating powdered donuts.
Her lips look like Antoine's lips. You talking about Ashley?
Like she been eating powdered donuts.
And I thought her and TJ was gonna sleep together because this little secret has bonded them two together.
She looked too sickly for sex. She looked too sickly for sex. Bubbles is right. When I saw her, she looks like she had spackle over her face and eyes,
But
like she was pale
she's
white.
supposed to look like that though, because the girl got cancer, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Ain't no sex
4.
happening in the champagne.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
she got stage 4 cancer. She about to
yeah.
die before Christmas. And Carly gonna have to that's gonna have to be Carly's Christmas present to Nina. It's telling her that Willow is her daughter and it's gonna be life or death. Willow gonna be on damn life support. The machine gonna be in the beat before Carly go and tell Nina that she need to go and
Ridiculous.
give that girl some bone marrow or some kidneys.
She gonna be on death's bed, and she might even be close to losing that baby too.
She probably
You
gonna
know,
be
this
talking
is
to
gonna,
Brando. She gonna be having a post life conversation with
yeah.
Brando and Liam. She gonna be at Heaven's Gate with Brando and Liam before Carly tell Nina to go and help
And they need to
her.
drag her for trash for that, because this
Yeah,
entire
Carly.
pregnancy,
Yeah.
this girl been scared out of her mind, you know, thinking she gonna die, her baby gonna die, all of this here because Carly wanted to keep a secret.
Ain't she
Yep.
trash?
And
Yeah.
the fact that she knows now, and then she gonna sit there and play pretend with Drew. Oh well, I'll help you find Willow's birth parent.
And you know where the woman that's sitting right there in the backyard.
Right. You should have drove him to Nina's damn house.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's what you should.
Child.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. We're gonna go on. I'm gonna let that be it because that was the only thing that happened that I even remember that was important to me. Oh yeah, Chase broke up with Brooklyn.
Oh, she finally got exposed. Is she good?
Yeah, she got exposed yesterday. He told her yesterday he didn't want nothing else to do with her. They romance is over. Because all he needed, he said, I found out that Dante asked you to write that letter and you didn't do it. And if you had wrote that letter, I probably could have had a chance to be on top again. She's sitting there making excuses, talking about, but if we get linked, then if we get linked, but if we get linked, girl, he ain't that got no damn link and singing to try to get linked. But now that's what he got nothing else to do now because you made sure that shit.
You exactly.
Well,
You
what
took away
about
his
Cam?
option.
Have Cam found out about Josh yet?
Oh, girl, you're getting ahead of me. Stop.
Okay, come on with it, girl. Come on.
You been finished talking about these two yet. So he told her yesterday they done, they finished. He don't want nothing else to do with her. The board or whoever these people are, they was meeting today. She gonna bring the Dante with this little letter. She done stayed up all night, like she stayed up writing her book report. She done stayed up writing this letter, written to Dante.
I like Dante.
You too late. If you had got this to us last Friday, we would have had a chance. But you know, you drug your feet on purpose, and now Chase might not have a chance. Then she was like, "Well, I tell him, I had extenuating circumstances, and that's why I was late." He said, "Chase, don't want you lying for him." Then she was like, "Well, I think I know some people." He said he ain't gonna want you out here calling people for him either.
Yeah.
What he wanted you to do was to write that damn letter last week, and you ain't do it, and it's too late now. So just leave it alone and let it go. Well, Chase was over there at the whatever it is they doing with Sasha, something they got her doing. She was helping him. They look real cute together. So
Yeah.
and
They
she
used to date.
yeah.
The widow, Brando widow, it looked like she getting lined up for something. And I'll be honest, I'm glad to hear it. Mainly because the GH took so long to let Chase and Brooklyn happen. And then as soon as it happened, they did this shit. I'm like, y'all took a year because the mess with Michael and Willow went down almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And that's when his relationship with Willow got blown up. And y'all took a year, instead of y'all having a year of them having a relationship, you had a year of back and forth where nothing didn't happen just to let them have something, then for y'all to blow that up in 2 months.
Right?
Well,
I still haven't gotten over Brando being gone, y'all. That's my heart. Like, I'm still in mourning for Brando. I'm sorry. I really don't care what they do with Sasha, but I'm still in mourning for Brando, and I wish they would find some type of way to bring him back.
I care about Sasha and
Yeah, I
Let's
mean,
watch her step
I'm
up
just
thing.
saying it. Yeah, but I mean, no matter, I'm not really invested in what they do with her next. I think I liked it her because of Brando. Is probably what it is. Cause I'm new to GH, I really don't know him. I don't know the history, but I fell in love with Brando instantly,
Oh, I'm
and I
sorry you
miss my
lost
baby.
Brando.
I know, I
Okay,
mean,
but I'm gonna go ahead and finish. So, Brooklyn called somebody on the phone. I don't know who she called on the phone, but she called somebody on the phone to try to get them to get Chase his job back. But I don't think that's gonna work. Then fast forward over to who you was asking about before, Lady Sandy.
Josh and Cam.
Josh and Cam. Don't nobody give a fuck about them. Josh over here in the
I
side.
Cam, my sweet baby. Don't do that. Cam is my sweet, sweet baby,
Care about him
and
either.
I want Josh away from Trina
Well, she fixed it
and Cam.
from somebody because she changed and she going
She
to
about to ride Dex. Have she rolled Dex yet?
but you won't stop talking and let me tell
Oh,
you.
okay. I'm sorry, Bubbles.
Like that's the third time.
I'm sorry, Bubbles. My bad.
I'm
I'm
trying to
anxious. I'm excited. I'm anxious to know.
I'm fixing to do you like I do these anxious puppies and put you in a crate somewhere.
Come on.
What had happened was she's changing her major to go to med school because after having saved Dex's life, well, what she did was she could have really looked it up on damn Google, but because Carly told her that he needed some bacteria, antibodies or whatever for the gunshot wound, she felt like she was so stupid because she couldn't do nothing there. And if it hadn't been for him, she couldn't have saved Ava. So she got to go do all these changes to her major because communication was just a placeholder till she figured out what she was going to want to do anyway. So, but Michael is talking to Dex and asking him what the hell went down. And he told him about that girl coming and taking him to her dorm room after he got shot and he was delirious and he didn't know what was going on or how he got there. But he doesn't think that Joss knows that they working to bring Sonny down. And Michael was like, but if you don't remember, how do you know that she don't know? And he was like, well, if she knew, she would have said something to you, and she ain't said nothing to me, so I'm pretty sure we good. So I think they pretty much leading up to them getting ready to fuck anyway, because now they just all over in each other's gardens. And Dexter been told 3 or 4, 50 million, 11 times by Michael that he needs to absolutely stay away from Joss. But Joss is like drawn to Dex. Cam is nowhere to be seen because this ain't a place for little boys.
Cam is done. He just don't know he done.
Cam got the slow hand. Cam want to put it down slow and easy, and we all know what Josh wants.
This roll me in the
Josh
flowers bullshit.
She been trying to thought around as long as Spencer been on the scene.
Well, this is gonna be a mess.
And that's everything. Didn't nothing else go down today that I've even paid attention to. That was it. So we good. We can go until Monday because today is Thursday. We do not do shows on Friday. Even if other people's schedules change, that does not affect what we do over here.
No, it doesn't at all.
The block is hot. The block gonna stay hot, and I'm looking forward to Days and Coffee tomorrow morning.
Yes,
y'all. I want to see somebody fight. I don't know. I need to see some real aggression. I want to see people upset for real. I hope I get it tomorrow.
We might because Eric is going on some kind of a. I think he going on some kind of a bender, and a bender that lands you in jail and with Sloan Peterson as your attorney has got to be interesting. I got to wonder if he gonna get into a bar fight at one of the dive bars or something. Let's have it.
I mean, is this the scene coming up where him and EJ are going to fight? Because they've been showing that on the promo.
Probably, you know what? Sanchez, you're right. EJ probably gonna be somewhere drowning his sorrows over his mama. But why he doing that when he got all the alcohol at the Tamara Mansion is beyond me. Yeah. And Eric might be out with his sorrows because he's upset about him and Nicole and Jada and the baby and two drunk
EJ
people who
gonna say
miserable.
something stupid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Clack clack, bring it. I want it. We ain't got a good fight on days in a minute. Let's have it.
That's
I'm ready.
right. I'm here for it.
Ready for it, honey. All right, you guys. Well, thank you to everybody who showed up. I'm sorry that we went a little bit long. I know we lost Louisa and a couple of other people, but y'all know how we do when it get good. But enjoy your weekends and make sure y'all enjoy the show tomorrow. And we will see you on Monday.
Good night.
Good night,
Alrighty, y'all have a
everybody.
good
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Thanks, Bubs.
You guys are welcome. Thank you for being here.